guys, it's Wow Woody. Today we're going to do the 2026 goat count on the Knoydart Foundation ground. So just parked the Land Rover up and starting at Sandig, and we're going to head all the way out to Rural, which is this way. Yeah, as you can see, I've obviously got the rifle with us today. That's just in case we see a stag or a roebuck and we get a bit further out. We're actually in the Black Hills here, so this is one of our regeneration programs. So we've got a lot of tree planting going on, we've got peatland restoration going on, and there shouldn't really be any deer in here. We think there could be one or two, so just got the rifle with us today just in case. So we're just walking on the coastline and we've come to a little bit of ground here. See this bit of dugout ground here? I say dugout, bit of cleared. I think that's a rowan tree growing there, I know that. This one behind us here, that's a Scots pine. This is where the Knoydart Forest Trust has been out doing a lot of planting. This is one of the things that we're doing with the Black Hills project. There's already a lot of trees that are naturally here, but because of the density of the deer that we used to have in the Black Hills, they were just munched all the time. But now that we've culled them, not really here, but some of the other bits that we're going to get to today that I can't wait to show you. The trees are like taller than I am, and that's only in like 2-3 years. Sit here for 5 minutes and have a wee spy. There's quite a lot of broken ground on the edge of the cliffs here where the goats like to kind of hold up. And you can quite easily just walk past them, so constantly stop and have a little spy back the way. If there's a little gully that I know of, I'm going to go off the path and check it. It's quite a nice little footpath here that one of the lads who lives in Sandig's made, so I'm kind of just following the footpath, but every now and then I'll dive off it, have a little check over the cliffs. Yeah, got a little bit of ground just in front of us here, so before we go walking through it, I'll have a little spy. Oh, there's a lot of seals on the island there. Yeah, not seeing anything just yet. We'll keep on heading out that way. I don't imagine we'll see anything until I get to the very end, to Rural. There's a little point where the goats like to hold up. There's also a chance that I might not see any today, because me and the head stalker, he's doing that half of the ground and I'm doing this half of the ground. Usually they're on that half, but every now and then you get a few over here, so it's just worth a little poke around. There you go, a little tick there. Want to make sure you get them off correctly. Yeah, Lyme disease is nothing to be messed around with. I unfortunately got it a few years ago and it's really knocked us up. So if you get ticks on you, make sure you take them off correctly. Use the tick tool. Don't burn them off. Don't coat them in Vaseline. Don't just rip them out. Make sure you get them off properly, because yeah, Lyme disease is nothing to be joked around with. It's deadly. Beautiful day. I'll show you this here. So from where I'm stood here, behind us, you've got Malig here. You've got the Isle of Egg, the flat one. And then just to the right of that, you've got the Isle of Rum. And then to the right of that again, you've got the Isle of Skye. So yeah, still on the footpath, just on the coast, and started stopping. Show you these two old ruins here. Obviously, there used to be, on Knoydart, there used to be nearly 2,000 people living here before the clearances, or up to 2,000, they think. Oh, two little ruins here that people used to live in. You'll see quite a lot dotted around the coast here. We'll probably bump into a few more. There's a few in Satchel Wood, which is, I showed you in my last camping video. We camped near them, so if you want to go and watch that, it was a really good video. We did a lot of foraging for shellfish and scallops, and now we had some venison and certain hammocks that night. It was a really, really good little camping session. So yeah, go and have a watch of that. Well, yeah, they are pretty cool, eh? Yeah, getting there. As I'm getting further and further this way, I'm starting to see more and more trees. You can see these ones down in the gorge here. These will have been the seed source, and the ones up higher and down here. Yeah, they're just not able to get away. There's always been too many deer here, but now that we've managed to cull them, the trees are starting to get away, and it's awesome. Like, there's loads behind us here. You can just see the tips of the trees here, Then all the greener shoots of the fresh stuff coming through. Can't wait to see what this place will look like in 20 years' time. Yeah, I'm just walking along this next flat plateau, and there's another ruin just here, and there's another two just behind us here. This would have been a little bit of maybe farm ground or something. So when I was talking earlier about the trees that are naturally coming up, these are them all here. So you can see you've got some big old senescent. There's an oak tree there, that's a birch tree, and then all these here are all the saplings that it's been given off. Maybe 4 years ago when we come here, none of this was here. You just had the old trees. In the last couple of years, all this has just boomed up. I mean, that one there's nearly as tall as I am. Amazing how quickly they can grow. That's all from these really old trees. I mean, you know, another 10 years time they might be gone. As you see, they are senescent. Senescent basically means old and dying. It's not dead yet. It's still got a little bit of life left in it, but unfortunately not a lot. But it's got enough life left in it that I can hopefully put a few more of these trees out. I mean, the water is so clear today. Brown crab shell. Here's another brilliant example. Got a couple of old senescent trees up there, and then all of this is just covered in little saplings. And a little rowan tree there. Alright, we're back on the path now, so head up a little bit further. Sweating today. Bloody hot. So, just had my sandwich and that. I'm going to cut back a little bit and have a little spy on this bit of ground here. Just below us is a nice bit of cliff here. And I'm noticing these trees here have been nipped. You can see on the tops here, if I get right up to them. See how the tops there have been nipped. Same with that one. Same with this one here. Right at the top there has just been nipped in here. That's off the goats, that. There's plenty of little spots that they can hide in. You can just see down here. They could be anywhere around here. Before I do anything, look at the colour of that water. Unbelievable. And makes me want to go for a swim. So that's us on the beach now, and I'm just kind of walking above the tide line here, seeing what I can see. And there's got some badger tracks here. We have got some goat tracks, but they're quite old. They're not massively fresh, maybe a week old or so. Just coming through the gorge here that I was on about, trying to get onto the high point and get down to the coast on the other side of Rural. You can see here, a bit of ground's been moved, all the stuff at the bottom. Someone's tried to walk up that. You can see there's a couple bits more where the ground's been disturbed. I'm not too sure how fresh it is. And you can also see the wood rush here. This has also been nibbled as well. A bit closer so you can see. See all the wood rush here has been nibbled. Again, don't think it's massively fresh. You can see on the ends of it there, it's starting to go brown. So it's not immediately fresh, but something's been here. Yeah, what I didn't notice down here is got some wood sorrel. You can tell it's got like a red stem. It's got like 3 heart-shaped leaves. Tastes like the skin of a Granny Smith's apple. Oh, it's got a sour kick at the end. A bit of foraging. Yeah. Let's get to the top here and start spying this with a bit of ground. Let's find these goats. You can see here under this rock, There's a bit of a bed here with some, where's it at? There it is. A little bit of goat poo. Again, still not massively fresh, but that is the freshest stuff I've seen so far. Probably about a week old maybe. It's obviously been here hiding from the storms that we've had. You just come to the edge of Rural now. You've got a beautiful view of like Mallaig and Skye and Egg and Mum. I've just noticed all this down here. You can't really see it very well, but there's a bit of rock formation there and a really big deep hole. Screams pollock for me, pollock and wrasse. So I think I'll be coming back here one day with a fishing rod. Right, that's not ideal. A big cliff. I'm trying to figure out a way to get down here. Note to self next time, don't drop right onto the coast. It's an absolute nightmare trying to get across these rocks. Got a big seal there just kicking about. Yeah, I've just been on the phone to the boss. He's counted 18 in total so far. I think he said 6 billies, 8 nannies, and the rest kids. I think he said 4 kids or something like that. So yeah, we're expecting a few more, so hopefully there is a couple on my side. I've just spied this bit of ground here, I'm not seeing anything, so I'm going to cut up and round it and back onto the other side, see what we can see. So yeah, we're just about to drop down another gorge onto the other beach, but these trees behind us here, these old ones, these are aspens. Now aspens are pretty cool tree to be honest. They don't drop any seeds. They send little suckers out from the roots, which will grow along and then pop up, and that'll be a new tree. So they're quite hard to grow or to plant. And yeah, these ones seem to be doing pretty well. Again, you see how they're on the cliff. That's where the deer and the goats can't get to them, so they can get away a little bit easier. A little bit less pressured. Yeah, when we've been walking up the coast today, been seeing loads of these. This is the breastplate of a guillemot, I think. Maybe some kind of seabird. We're getting hit pretty hard with the bird flu here. Yeah. Oh. And then, man, this is old. You've got the goat head. One from a long time ago. Well, I've just found them. You can see in the distance there, you've got the white statue. That's the Madonna. They are just above the statue on the skyline. So we'll get a bit closer, try and get a wee spy and see what there is. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to push them round the corner so I can get a proper count of them, because obviously there could be more around the corner. And I don't want to have to like go around, because you're probably just not going to get an accurate count on them. So we'll sit back, get a good view of them, see what there is, and then basically just walk towards them on top of the knoll. Once we get to that knoll, have a look on the other side, and hopefully should be able to get a good count on them. I can see I'm getting bloody sweat in my eyes. It's ridiculously hot today. Oh man. There's at least 5 on the little knoll, all just laid down on the edge of the cliff. I can imagine they're all sweating as well. Yeah, what I'm going to do is, instead of just walking straight at them and spooking them straight away, I'm actually going to cut out to the left here, try and use the cliff as a bit of a barrier so they can't see us, and they'll come up quite close to them and spook them. So then they'll just nip over, and then I can just get on the top and watch as they walk away and just get a good count on them. Also means you're nice and close, you can definitely get an accurate count. I mean, we're a good 400 or 500 metres from them at the moment. And I said there was 5. Next thing you know, one stood up off the skyline to the 6 now. But I've got a feeling there's going to be a few more. The wind is going straight towards them as well, which isn't ideal, but I'll definitely be getting the smellers today because I'm so wetty. I've luckily managed to find the smallest little stream. I'm just trying to wash the sweat off my face. It's so hot today. I think I'll stick to my orange juice. That's a bit peaty, that. We're getting a little bit closer now. I can see two. Just going to get to the top of this now and have another spy. And then they're only going to be about 200 metres off us. Make the last little push to try and spook them and get a count on the other side. Seems like a good plan. They're just on the side of this hill bit here. Still laid down, the wind's kind of cutting across that direction. So they probably won't smell us. I'm going to cut across here nice and slowly. I only have to get about 40-50 metres and I'm going to be out of sight of them. And I can try and cut across. Basically come right up against them. But as my granddad always said, best laid plans of mice and men. Probably going to go wrong, but you know, that's my idea anyway. Let's give it a go. That's worked. We're out of sight of them now. So I'm just going to stick close to the base of the cliff here. Maybe just try and go up on top of them. They were just here. Oh, raven. Just see one there. That's a nanny. It's not got the thick horns. I'm just going to stay perfectly still for a second. Right, we'll push forward now. Just nice and slow. I don't want to get them wrong. I just want to get them shot away from us. They're just here. You've got a nanny and a kid just there. And that's a billy. And you've got two more there. That's two nannies. There's a lovely little nanny and a kid there. There we go, that's them. So we've got a billy and three nannies. I want to quickly check those first ones. I think the first one might have actually been a young billy. Look how cute that one is. Oh. There we are. Oh, there's another one. Oh, look at the little kid. Oh, they're pretty cute. You can just see them all there. So to finish up there, we had 3 billies, 3 kids, and 6 nannies. Quite nice. What's that? 6 plus 6, 12. 12 goats in total. They're all just on the cliff above us, just watching us. Right. I think what we'll do now is we're going to leave these alone. I don't want to push them anymore. I can imagine running around in this heat is not going to do them any good. So I'm going to push back to the left, cut through the saddle, back down, and hopefully the boss is waiting there with the Land Rover. So yeah, also just like to put, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Goes a long way. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. Just helps me. I'd really appreciate it. If you like to see these kind of videos, put a comment in. Tell me what else you want to see. Just make my way towards the Land Rover. You can see all these trees here. You've got birch, you've got some willow on the edge. It's brilliant, it's just what we're wanting. And all these trees starting to get out. I mean, look, that one there's taller than I am. These weren't here a couple of years ago. It's amazing. Yeah, if you want to find any more information on what the foundation and Knoydart Forest Trust are doing, both got websites. Also, you can go onto the Facebook pages as well. Keep updated on all the good things that we're doing. Like the peatland restoration, tree planting. Yeah, brilliant. I'm trying to figure out a way to get down here without falling off this bit of cliff. That should be alright. Actually, there's something else I want to show you down the bottom, so stay tuned. But, it's a question for all of you actually. What do you think this is at the bottom? This is the bilberry I was talking about earlier, or if you're in Scotland, blaeberry. Here, so these little red flowers that you can see here, these are going to turn into the berries eventually. But this is the blaeberry plant. You can tell by these big green leaves that are serrated on the edge. Nice big thick green stalks. And in the autumn time they've got big purple berries. Yeah, it kind of carpets the floor. It's got it all around here. Might be a spot that I'll come and do some blaeberry picking this year. So, this just here is what I wanted to ask you about. So we're in a bay, and the tide comes right in here. What do you think this wall's for? It's got a bit of a gap in the middle. It's built up on either side. I've heard a couple of different explanations for it. Some people think it could be a fish trap. That when the tide's right in, the fish maybe come into the shallows at the top here and get stuck when the tide draws back out. Or I've also heard it could be for boats. You'd bring your boat up here onto the shallows, and then the wind isn't getting them when you get a bad storm. Not sure. So yeah, if anyone wants to drop me a comment on what you think that could be, I'd really appreciate that. I'll just walk along the beach. I'm going to head for the soil house and get picked up by the boss. It's been a good day. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Yeah, it's been quite a good day. I think we've ended up with 30 goats in total, which is, I think, has gone up from last year. I think last year was 28, 27, something like that. Yeah, well, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.